In this video, you will see what is the top 10 best starter mythic units in Anime Adventures Update 18. Every units in this video are all obtainable and not from trading. I do want to know what do you think is the best unit for beginners in this update, and remember to subscribe and like. And with that being said, in no particular order, the first unit is Koichi Echoes. Koichi is one of the best ground and support units, since at later upgrades, he will become a hybrid and will be able to slow enemies, which is extremely good for beginners in this update 18. Koichi Echoes stats a max upgrade and max LR, 116,811 damage with his SPA at 6.3 seconds, making his damage per second at 18,541.42, which is pretty good, especially at later upgrades. He will slow and make enemies 80% slower, which is basically a freeze, and he's actually the first unit in a while to hit both air and ground enemies that slows. How to evolve Koichi to Koichi Echoes is by defeating the new raid Bizarre Town countless of times, because you will be needing 400 filler coins and star fruits for you to be able to evolve Koichi. I do recommend to buy all of the Hard Bomb Raid Relics, since it will help you once you have bought every single of the Hard Bomb Raid Relics. Koichi Echoes damage types are physical and air. Alright, next unit is Chuya Corruption. Chuya is the best magic heal unit, since he is a multi-hit at later upgrades and still have the most overpowered stats, and is extremely good for beginners in this update 18. Chuya Corruption stats a max upgrade and max LR, 212,000 damage with his SK at 8.3 seconds, making his damage per second at 25,542.16, which is insanely strong, especially as I have mentioned that he is a 4 placement with overpowered stats. Oh my goodness. How to evolve Chuya Corruption is by defeating the new port agency portal countless of times, which you can obtain through a portal, or you can buy the portals from Dazai at the lobby. The best trait you can have on Chuya Corruption is Divine, since he is a 4 placement. If you are going for Infinity Castle, then go for Unique. Chuya Corruption damage types are magic and fire. Okay, next unit is Hami Yum. Hami is one of the best hybrid unit, especially she can be played anywhere with her amazing stats in this update 18. Hami Yum stats a max upgrade and max LR, 197,000 damage with her SPA at 6.4 seconds, making her damage per second at 30,781.25, which is insanely strong as she is a hybrid unit, making her the best hybrid unit compared to the other hill units. How to get Hami is from opening the brand new Spooky Stars, which you can get by spending candies that you can get from the limited Halloween dungeon at the back of the play area. Hami Yum damage types are physical and air. Alright, next unit is Chico Prodigy. Chico is one of the best physical heal units for beginners, especially on how easy she is to get in this update 18. Chico Prodigy stats a max upgrade and max LR, 148,000 damage with her SPA at 7.2 seconds, making her damage per second at 20,555, which is insanely strong, especially on how incredibly easy she is to get, and she is a 4 placement heal unit. How to get Chico Prodigy is from the level 25 Key Hunt Battlepass in this update 18. Chico Prodigy damage types are physical and air. Okay, next unit is Gojo 6 Eyes. Gojo is one of the best support units, especially he has an ability on placement called Unlimited Void that you can manually use on placement in this update 18. Gojo 6 Eyes stats at upgrade 9 and max level are 48,321.34 damage with his SPA at 6 seconds, making his damage per second at 8,053.56, which is not that bad. When Gojo's Unlimited Void ability is activated, both ground and air enemies will be frozen for 8.5 seconds, which is insanely strong, especially it makes Gojo's damage as well twice more. Oh my god! You'll be needing 6 Rikugan Eyes, which can be dropped from Mahoti, Vogo, and Hanamo at the Jujutsu Kaisen Infinite map. The drop rate of the Rikugan Eyes are 10%, and you will be able to have 6 Rikugan Eyes by the end of the day. And you can infinitely upgrade his Limitless with Rikugan Eyes and 6 Eyes. Gojo's damage types are Magic and Aqua. Alright, next unit is Asushi Moonlight Beast. Asushi is one of the best ground units, especially he does bleeding damage which is insanely strong against region enemies, and he is frequently used in free-to-play tournaments. Asushi Moonlight Beast stats a max upgrade and max level are 158,000 damage with his SPA at 5.6 seconds, making his damage per second at 28,214.28, which is insanely strong, especially he does 24.9% bleeding of his damage over 3 ticks. How to evolve Asushi Moonlight Beast is by defeating the new port agency portal countless of times, which you can obtain through a portal, or you can buy the portals from Dazai at the lobby. The best trait you can have on Asushi Moonlight Beast is Divine, since he is a 4 placement, and if you are going for Infinity Castle, then go for Unique. Asushi Moonlight Beast damage types are Physical and Aqua. Okay, next in is Oshi Idol. Oshi is still one of the most strongest support in this update 18, especially Oshi buffs your units by 15% damage and makes the upgrade cost 20% less, which is insanely good. You can place Oshi Idol anywhere in the map and your units will still be buffed. Oshi Idol's passive only works on you and not other teammates. Pairing Oshi Idol with farms will make it cheaper for you to upgrade your farms, and not just making your farms cheaper, but also making your units upgrade cost less, which will be valuable in short maps like Story Mode, Infinity Castle, Portals, and many more. Alright, next unit is Usop God. Usop is still the best boss killer in this update 18. Woo, let's go Usop. Especially, he is a hybrid unit on placement, which means he will be able to attack both air and ground enemies and will be useful for beginners. Usop God stats a max upgrade and max level are 414,182.93 damage with his SPA at 5 seconds, making his damage per second at 82,836.59, which is the highest and damage per second unit in this game currently. Oh my goodness. Usop God is extremely overpowered for Infinity Castle, so I highly recommend getting Usop God, especially he will be able to carry early waves in any maps. Usop God attack types are True Damage and Air, which he will ignore resistance, which will be insanely strong for Infinity Castle. Okay, next unit is Law Room. Law is one of the best ground and support unit in this update 18, especially Law is extremely overpowered to bring in Infinity Castle, as he is extremely cheap to max upgrade, which will be useful in Infinity Castle, leaderboard runs, and many more. Low room stats a max upgrade and max level are 150,141 damage with his SPA at 5.9 seconds, making his damage per second at 25,447.62, which is insanely good for a support unit, as he has an ability at placement called Shamble. When activated, the enemies will be teleported back, which is insanely strong, and he is a way better Lulu gear. And Law Room will be valuable in Infinity Castle and leaderboard runs with his Shamble ability. The Shamble ability affects air, ground enemies, and bosses, which is insanely good. Oh my god. Law Room is incredibly easy to evolve, as you just have to continuously defeat the puppet portal, which are easy to defeat even if you are soloing the portal. The best trait you can have on Law Room is Unique, as he is a 3 placement, and alternative traits you can have on him are Sniper and Divine. He will be able to teleport back more enemies with his huge range. Law Room's damage types are Magic and Aqua. Alright, next unit is Yumo White Nightmare. Yumo is one of the newest units added in this update 18, and he is insanely strong for beginners to have, especially with his insane stats, and he will become a hybrid unit at later upgrades. Oh my god. Yumo White Nightmare stats a max upgrade and max level are 205,000 damage with his SPA at 7.5 seconds, making his damage per second at 27,333, which is insanely strong, as at later upgrades he will be able to hit both air and ground enemies. Oh my goodness. How to get Yumo White Nightmare is from the 1150 Key Hunt Battlepass in this update 18. Yumo White Nightmare damage types are Physical and Light. Okay, next it is Shaltir Blood Fallen. Shalta is one of the best bleeding amplification unit, especially she has a better DPS and AoE size than Power Fiend in this update 18. Shaltier stats a max upgrade and max level are 111,829 damage with her SP at 8 seconds, making her damage per second at 13,978.67. On placement, Shaltier will be able to make bleeding damage 5 times more, which is insanely strong, especially pairing her with Guts Berserk is going to be extremely overpowered for leaderboard runs, tournaments, and many more. So I highly recommend to be careful trading for Power Fiend since Shaltier is a better power. How to evolve Shaltier is by defeating the brand new Undead Tome Legend stages, which you will have to continuously grind multiple of the Legend stages, especially you'll be needing 10 of each Overlord ring, blue, red, and yellow. Shaltier's blood fall and damage types are physical and roast. Finally, the last but not least unit is Hideo Immortal Butcher. Hideo is one of the strongest ground units, especially with his ability that he gets at later upgrades in this update 18. Hideo Immortal Butcher stats a max upgrade and max level are 96,642.68 damage, with his bleeding doing 28,892.8 damage over 3 ticks, with his SPA at 6.5 seconds, making his damage per second at 19,328.53 with bleeding, which is insanely strong. Oh my goodness. When his ability is activated, Hideo will do 3 times of his current damage to all bleeding enemies in his range, which is insanely overpowered. How to get Hideo is from opening the brand new Spooky Stars, which you can get by spending candies that you can get from the limited Halloween dungeon at the back of the play area. The best trait you can have on Hideo is unique, as he is at 3 placement, with his ability scaling with his damage. Hideo's damage types are physical and fire. That was everything for this video on the top 10 best beginner mythic units in Anime Adventures Update 18. I hope this video helped you in some sort of way. Remember to subscribe and like, and I will see you in my next one. Bye bye.